Om. 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 Sahana bhavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sah viryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone. Just to recollect what we have studied so far, we have studied about 15 verses from the Bhaja Govindam, which Swami had spoken on, sung and given discourses on during the 1973 summer showers. Today we are picking up the 16th verse which Swami had chosen to speak on and elaborate. This is the last verse which Swami had used. This happens to be the last verse in the Bhaja Govindam also. So we will take a look at it. There are 15 other verses which are there from the Bhaja Govindam because of the request of the attendees, participants in this session, in these sessions. I will cover them in the next few weeks. So we will continue with the 16th verse, or the last verse in the Bhaja Govindam, which is the 31st verse in the Bhaja Govindam. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktah Samsarad Achirad Bhava Muktah Sendriyamanas Niyamadevam Drakshyasi Nija Hridayastham Devam. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktah Samsarad Achirad Bhava Muktah Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastham Deva. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktah Samsarad Bhava Muktah Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastham Deva. As usual, we will look at the consonants in the verse, which requires some additional attention in terms of pronunciation. If you take the first line, Guru Charanambuja Nir, until then, most of the consonants are simpler to pronounce. They are not aspirated. But this letter, it's Bha, Nirbhara. This Bha is the fourth letter in the per varga or per class of sounds, consonants. This is an aspirated consonant. Bha. Okay, Nir Bhara. Then again that same consonant repeats. Bha. Again the fourth letter in the pa varga. Bhaktah. Nir Bhara Bhaktah. Both the bhas have to be aspirated. In the next line, Samsara Tachirad. No aspirated consonants. But this compound consonant is ud, bha. That bha again is the same letter which we saw above. It's the fourth letter in the pa varga pa class of sounds, which has to be aspirated. Achirat bhava muktaha. No aspirated consonants in the muktaha. The third line, Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam, there are no aspirated consonants. Should be easier to pronounce. The next one is Drakshasi. The Uksha is cerebral sh, so the tip of the tongue should point up. Drakshayasi. Okay, that you can pay attention to. And Nija Hridayas This tha is the second letter in the tha varga or third class of consonants. It has to be aspirated. Nija Hridayas Tham Deva. Devam, there are no consonant, aspirated consonants. So that's as far as pronunciation goes. We will move on to the word split, any sandhi split. As you can see, each line seems to be one big word, a compound word. So we will look at, the sandhi vichedo, sandhi splits, and we'll look at the individual words. So as you can see, this entire line is a word, a compound word, comprised of many words. Actually, it falls under the what's called a samasa. Samasa, compound words which is made up of small words, but the meaning can be of various kinds. So, there's a difference between two words coming together for sandhi purposes, which is when two words, individual words, when they are put together, there's sandhi which happens. But in this case, because the samasa, which is made of simple words strung together, each of the words may not have proper endings in terms of grammatic, vibhakti and so on, but when they split, it takes on additional meanings in terms of vibhakti, even though that vibhakti or the endings, noun endings are not well defined. Okay, so it falls under what's called a samasa or compound word. We'll look at individual words and try to understand the meaning later on, but I'm just going to split them. In this first line, there is, as you can see, there are 5 words. Guru, Charana, Ambuja, Nirbhara, and Bhakta. When these all put together, between Guru and Charana, there are no changes due to any sandhi. Guru and Charana. Charana and Ambuja, there is a small change because the na and a come together to form na. Okay, the na becomes elongated because na ends in a and a follows, so it becomes a longer a. Charanambuja. Okay. Ambuja and Nirbhara, there are no changes due to sandhi, and Nirbhara and Bhakta, no changes due to sandhi. When we look at the next line, there are 4 words. Actually, there are 3 words which have been put together, as you can see. Samsarat. Samsarat means the it, which ends, becomes id because of sandhi. It changes to id, and id plus a becomes the. So that's how you get samsara the chirat. Okay. But when you split, it's samsarat achirat. Okay. Here there are individually words. They have proper noun endings and so on. So that's why in the above I have put just dash, as you can see, because they are not individual words per se, but individual root words put together. Here it's a proper individual word which has proper ending. joining to make a sandhi. Okay, that's why I have put them separately. Samsarat, the ith plus a becomes the. Okay, instead of the, normally it will be ith plus a can become the, but because of certain sandhi rules, this ith plak becomes id. Samsara, the achirat. Okay, the chira. Again, the ith, and then the word achirat, that also becomes id because of sandhi. Achirad bhava. Okay, achirad bhava. That's another change of this ith. Okay, so the individual words are samsarat, achira, bhava, mukta. Let's look at the third line. Sendriya manasa niyamadevam. It's again one big word, but it's made up of one compound word and another separate word. The first one, Sendriya manasa niyamat. I have split them into 4 components. Sa, Indriya, Manasa, Niyamat. Okay. Se, Indriya, Manasa, Niyamat. No changes due to Sandhi per se. But this Niyamat Evam becomes Niyamadevam because it becomes id, just the way it has become with above also, Achirad, Samsarad. Okay. Niyamad Evam. So that's how you get Niyamadevam. So Niyamadevam comes because it becomes id and joins a and becomes deva. Okay, Niyamadeva. If you look at the next line, Drakshasi is an individual independent word. No changes due to any sandhi. Nija Hridayastham is a compound word. Nija, and I put Hridaya. Stham also can be split as a separate. This word can be split in multiple ways, but for one of the way we can split is so, but it's a compound word. Nija Hridaya Stham. The last word is Deva. Okay, so these are the individual words. As you can see, Guru, Charana, Ambuja, Nirbhara, Bhaktaha, Samsarat, Achirat, Bhava, Muktaha, Sa Indriya, Manasa, Niyamat, Evam, Drakshasi, Nija, Hridaya, Stham, Deva. Okay, so we can look at these words, the meanings of these words. I think some of the words should be easily understandable by you. I've taken this first line with rashes. Guru, I have not put the meaning. Charana, Ambuja, Nirbhara, Bhakta. So I didn't realize that I have not put the meaning. So let me. So I'm just going to put the words individually and put the meanings. Guru, as you all know, is Guru. Charana is feet. Ambuja is lotus. Okay, so that is a lotus feet of the Guru. Guru Charana Ambuja. Okay. So the next word is Nirbhara. Means overflowing, you can say. One meaning. Overflowing. Bhakta is a devotee. So, a devotee overflowing with devotion. Okay, overflowing with devotion to the lotus feet of the Guru. Okay. Nirbhara Bhakta is one word, you can say. A devotee with overflowing love for God. Nirbhara has multiple meanings. Nirbhara means there's no weight also here. Bhara is weight. Nirbhara means very light. So what is light is utsaha, enthusiasm. One who is an enthusiastic devotee. Utsaha means, so when you are so feeling so light, you rise up. So that is enthusiasm. So one who feels light, also you can say. Guru also has meaning of weight. Guru means big, heavy also. So the Lord is heavy. The Shishya is light. Okay. So that contrast also you can see. So when the light devotee is anchored at the feet of the lotus feet of the Guru, okay, Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta. So it's the whole line is taking the devotee and putting the adjective. What type of bhakta is a Nirbhara Bhakta, overflowing with devotion, devotee. What is his devotion to? Guru Charana Ambuja, the lotus feet of the Guru. Okay. So once the devotee is designed, the next line defines what will happen, what is the benefit of this. Samsarat. Samsara, because of the fifth vibhakti or fifth noun form, which means from. Okay. From samsara. The samsara is the cycle of birth and death. The cycle of existence also. So samsara means that which continuously rotates, cycles. But it's also like a whirlpool, something. It's like an ocean. There are currents which are revolving, and they can pull one down and they will not let you escape. This is a story of the Gajendra Moksha, where the elephant put the foot and cannot pull out. So the same way, the whirlpool of existence is samsara. Okay, samsara. So from the whirlpool of existence, achirat. The middle word is called chira. Chira means long. Chira means a long time frame. Achirat means not long. So that means soon. Very quickly, in a short span of time. Achirat. Bhava, to be or become. Okay, to be or become. Muktaha, liberated. So the devotee who has an overflowing devotion to the feet of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, or Guru, will be liberated very soon from the whirlpool of existence. I'm reminded of Swami's bhajan, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam Dustara Bhavasakara Taram. It's exactly the same thing. Manasa, or mind, worship the Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, the feet of the Guru. Dustara Bhavasagara. Bhava is also samsara only. The ocean of existence is Bhavasagara. Dustara, it's very difficult to cross. Dustara Bhavasagara Tarana. It will make you escape this difficult to cross ocean of existence. So that's what Swami says. So that's what in different words, Shankaracharya is saying. Guru Charanam Bhuja Nirbhara Bhakta Samsara Achira Bhava Mukta. We'll go to the third line, which is Sendriya Manasa Niyamat. So I said, so if you look at the Sa Indriya, Sendriya becomes. The Sa stands for Saha, means along with. Okay, Saha Indriya, along with the senses. So Sendriya means with the senses. Manasa is mind. So mind and the senses. Mind along with the senses. Sendriya Manasa, mind along with the senses. Niyamat, niyama means discipline, control, or properly regulating. So niyamat means through the regulation also, you can say, through the regulation of the sense, mind along with the senses. That's control of the mind along with the senses. Evam means alone or indeed. Okay. So through the control of the mind along with the senses only or alone, drakshyasi is the next word. Drakshyasi is a future tense of the root word drish, to see. So you will see. Drakshyasi is a second person future tense verb. That means you will see. You is implied. So I put the you within brackets. Okay, because the end, a C, which ends, basically means it's addressed to somebody, a second person. You will see. Drakshyasi. Nija is the next one. Nija means real, true type of meaning. Nija. Hridayastham. So I have put a dash there. So I'll put Hridayastham. Okay. Sorry, I can put it in English also. So Hridayastham means, Hridaya means heart. Stham means one who resides, one who is permanently implanted. Okay, Hridayastham. Who is implanted in the heart? Deva. Deva means God. Hridayastham Deva means God who is installed in your heart. God who is installed in your heart. Who is it? Then it has been given an adjective of nija, real or true God who is installed in your heart. You will see. So for a person to see God within one's own heart, the requirement is Sendriya Manasa Niyama, control of the mind along with the senses. By that alone, one can see the God within. So this is what Shankaracharya is emphasizing, because we all tell we will see God in everyone, we will see God in us. That is not possible without the control of the mind along with the senses, is what Shankaracharya said. Okay. So this is the meaning of the word-to-word meaning of the verse. Now let's see how Swami has explained this through his discourse. This is the detailed transcription of the entire discourse. So in the Samashavas, you may find a slightly abridged version, but this is word to word, the transcription of the entire discourse. Sahib. If one can have unwavering devotion at the feet of his Guru, if one can free himself from the shackles of his family, if one can have control over the sensory organs, if one can keep his own mind under his control, by achieving these four things, one can have a vision of the Lord who resides in his own heart. So this is the description Swami is giving. If we have all these, then we can see the Lord within. Divyatma Swarupas. This is what Shankara has said in the last verse of the Bhaja Govindam series. After composing it, Shankara left Benares. It has been preached in this verse that you must have unwavering devotion at the feet of the Guru. But at that stage, we must make an inquiry What is the kind of guru that Shankara intended here? One who teaches you what is right and what is good, one who promotes man's religion in one's own mind, one who makes one's mind steady, one who teaches you sacred karmas that are contained in our Shastras, and thus lights up the Jyoti of the Atma in your heart, he can be styled the proper Guru. We must also try and understand the significance of these two letters, Gu and Ru, which are contained in this word. Gu is darkness or ignorance. Ru is the removal thereof. This means that in the darkness, which is our ignorance, by showing the light of our wisdom, we will be able to remove and get away from this darkness of ignorance. Thereby, removing this ignorance and showing us the effulgent light of the divine Atma that is present in us. That is the function of this Guru. We again ask a question, who is it that can do this and achieve this? We get the answer in respect of Gu, which stands for Gunatita, one who is above all attributes. In respect of Ru, we get Rupa Varjita, one who has no form and given up all forms. That is what is contained in this word Guru. One who has no attributes and one who has no forms. He is only God. No one else will satisfy these two requirements. But we may inquire, who are kind of people who call themselves gurus in the present day world? What kind of people are they and what do they do? It is possible in many cases that they will show you the good path, the good ways of living. They will probably also give you good teachings and good ideas. But there's no possibility of these people leading you from darkness and ignorance to light and wisdom. It is only the divine God that can do such things. Such teachers of the present day world may be divided into two kinds. One who teaches, Bodha Guru, and one who causes pain, Badha Guru. That means one who has come in order to get some learning at the feet of the Guru gives them such trouble. He takes away his wealth and property and he causes him so many difficulties. This is one kind of Guru. There's also one other meaning for the word Guru. Guru means weight, heaviness. Such people are only very heavy, unbearable burden on the world. The second kind of gurus are such that to some extent, whatever they know, to the extent to which they can teach, they do teach to the disciple. Thereby, their own lives become sacred and they help the disciples also to move on and progress to some extent. It is only in this context that it has been said that Guru is Brahma himself, Guru is Vishnu himself, Guru is Sakshat Parabrahma. This is the meaning of this particular sentence in respect of the Guru. However, today the teachers use and interpret these statements to their own advantage. They tell the disciple that your teacher himself is Brahma. Your teacher is Vishnu. Your teacher is Maheshwara. In fact, your teacher is Sakshat Parabrahma. This is how they tell the student and enhance their own position in the eyes of the disciple. But there's a lot of difference between the teacher and the Guru as described here. A teacher should be understood to mean he who reads from various books and thereafter comes and shares that for selfish reasons, wishing to profit from it. In this situation, this teacher is appointed to do teaching. He takes a salary. His function is to teach. There's nothing very surprising that he discharges his function. But when he discharges his function of teaching, we have to give him the respect that is due to a teacher of that kind. One who expects to get paid in return to his efforts as a teacher, that's quite understandable, and he will be called a teacher. But this is different from what we understand by the word Sadguru. A Sadguru is one who does not expect any return for his efforts. He is usually in your own heart. He may teach you what he wants to teach you about the divine, either in your dream state or when you are awake, and by himself appearing to you or by any other method. But what one has to recognize is that he will come to you depending upon the time, depending upon your deserving it and the situation. We may take the example of King Parikshit. When King Parikshit prayed, he had Sadguru in Sukha Rishi. At once he came and he gave him the divine message. In this, the first thing is Guru Brahma. What does Brahma do? Brahma considers what kinds of previous births an individual had, what were his desires, how did he fulfill them, what is the kind of karma or work he did. In accordance with these things, he determines in what kind of birth one should be born. He will also take into consideration through that particular birth and work he is doing, what kind of birth he should get in future. This is Brahma's work. Kartavyam is duty. In the same manner, one who considers your desires, the nature of your life, the kind of family in which you are, and then determine what kind of name, what particular name of the Lord, what customs and what methods of prayer will suit you and do good to you. One who determines such things and teaches you, he may also be called Guru Brahma. Simply because Brahma has created something that cannot grow and prosper. Take a plant. If we just put a plant in the earth, that is not going to grow of its own accord. We shall have to look after it. We shall have to put a fence around it. We shall have to water it when it is needed. In this way, we will have to help it to grow. Only then it will become a big tree. In the same manner, if the Guru simply suggests to you a name of the Lord and tells you the manners in which you have to carry on your meditation, that is not enough. But Guru must take again the place of Vishnu and give you all the support. He must enable you to utter the name of the Lord. Utter the name of the Lord and go through all the process and gain the necessary strength. Then the Guru will take the form of Vishnu. The next one is Guru Devo Maheshwara. What is the work of Maheshwara? In this, we have to understand that the work of Maheshwara is to simply make it laya, or make one with infinity. This word laya is being explained by several people in several different ways. Many people explain it either by saying this signifies complete destruction. Some say this signifies the disappearance of the object in question. Some say that it will go without the name or form being left behind. But these are not the correct meanings for this word laya. Liyate gamyate iti linga. Layam here should be interpreted as to mean merging. From where this thing has come, that it goes back and merges into the original source from which it has come. This is the meaning of Laya, and this is the work of Maheshwara. Just as it is the function of Maheshwara to merge whatever comes from the original source back into the source, so also, if this Guru about whom we are talking in this world, if he can make man go back to realize the Atma Tattva as his source and merge again into the original source of Atma Tattva, we can regard the worldly Guru also as taking the place of Maheshwara. Thus, the whole process which consists of giving you a name, using that name of the Lord for your own growth and prosperity. Thereafter, let fruits of bliss grow on the tree of your life. Enable you to enjoy those fruits of bliss, and from the seeds that grow out of the fruits of bliss, get you to merge into immortality, which is your original source. These are the various aspects in which these three, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, should function as gurus. These are not three separate people, separate gurus. They are one. They are only three names to one and only one guru, who functions in these three different aspects at three different times. Now we must look at the statement Guru Devo Maheshwara. We shall have to understand the meaning of Maheshwara or Ishvara. Is there any distinction? We note here that while in the first three statements Guru has been described as Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, in the end it talks of the Guru being Sakshat Parabrahma. We have to understand why this distinction has been made. What is the difference between calling a Guru Parabrahma and referring to a Guru in the three states of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara? Why, when we talk of Brahma, we have in our mind, there are four different kinds of Brahma. The Chaturmukha Brahma, the four-faced Brahma. That is one's appearance. That is one appearance. Then we have Srishti Brahma, one who was the origin of creation. Then we have the Shabda Brahma. And then we have the Ananta Brahma. When we have in our mind these four different concepts, why is it we again go and talk specially of Parabrahma, which is neither a name nor a form, as contrary to these four different names and forms? For this word Brahma, there are also many kinds of meanings. At a time when there was a need to take creation in this world, at that time the four-faced Brahma caused creation through Shabda Brahma or the sound. Whenever there is need for creation, there has to be sound. There cannot be creation without sound. In fact, when there is need for creation, there's always some amount of vibration. Where there is vibration, inevitably there is sound. Therefore, this vibration and whatever work is associated with this movement, these things cause sound. When we move our eyelids, there is movement there. When there is movement of the eyelids, there is sound there. But our ears are not that refined and do not have the capacity to hear sound of the movement of the eyelids. This sound has been compared to the Akasha, sky. When we ordinarily ask anyone, where is the sky? They try to show it to us by looking up and saying that the sky is up above. Such a reply may be given by ignorant people, by uneducated people. But we should really recognize the fact that sky is associated with sound. Sound is present everywhere. Therefore, sky is present everywhere. It is not right to point out at a distance and say that the sky is there. Wherever there is sound, the sky is there. When I am talking, the sound that is emanating indicates that the sky is there. If I move my leg like this, it indicates that the sky is there. In fact, wherever there is sound, it indicates that the sky is present there. When we take this aspect of sky or sound, then it follows that God is someone who is well above this aspect of sky sound. It is in this context that we describe God as being above all attributes or gunas, gunatita. In all these five, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, there are attributes, gunas in all these five. One who is above all these and not touched by any of them is referred to as Parabrahma. There's a small example for this. These five attributes, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell, all these five attributes are present in the earth. That is the reason why earth is very heavy. You can't lift this earth and move it elsewhere. If you take after the earth something which is lighter than that, that is water, you find here one of the attributes, the smell, has gone. Only the four other attributes, sound, touch, taste, and form, are remaining. Therefore, having become lighter, this okay, I will go to fire tries to go up. We take the element of fire, only three attributes are remaining, that is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. It has neither taste nor smell. Therefore, it has become even lighter and moves more freely. When we take the fourth element, that's Vayu or air, you will find that it can sustain only sound or touch, but it has no form or taste. It has no smell. It has become even lighter and can move move very freely. The fifth element, sky, has got only one attribute, that is sound. All other attributes, the touch, form, taste, and the smell, have disappeared. Therefore, sky is the highest or lightest and spreads all over. In the sky, if the sky, characterized by the attribute of sound alone, is present all over, then God, who has no attributes and is above all these attributes, he will naturally be omnipresent. He can be everywhere. That's why God is described as Gunatita, or one who is above all gunas and attributes. These five elements which compose the material world, one after the other, is having lesser and lesser number of gunas or attributes. Once all attributes have been removed completely, then we get this Gunatita, or one who has no attributes at all. When we establish in this manner God, who has no attributes and who is therefore omnipresent, more than the sky, he is omnipresent. No scientist can give an argument against this. When we say that God is omnipresent, we mean that none of these things which weigh things down, which have their own weight, are present in him. You may have some doubt in this regard. When one says God is present in all places and yet has no gunas, you may come to the conclusion that how can God be present where there are gunas? Yes, Veda has established that while there are no gunas in God, God is present where there are gunas. If we therefore want to establish the truth of the omnipresence of God, then we have to recognize that God is present in the gunas. If God is not present in the gunas, then establishing the truth of omnipresence will get disturbed. These gunas have been created by us. Such a creation by us that does not exist in God. That is why gunas are present in all human beings, and because they are associated with gunas, we say imitation is human. One imitates another name, another guna, or another form. On the other hand, where there are no attribute, that is creation and divine. So we say creation is divine. God being present in a guna, but he himself not being affected or possessing the guna, is something we have to understand by a suitable example. With mud, a potter can make pots and other different kinds of things. Therefore, here in that pot there is mud, but in mud there is no pot. These pots have been made. It is not as if the pots are coming out of their own accord in mud. Therefore, the truth that we are willing to accept in this analogy, that pots are not present in mud of their own accord. Mud is present in the pots because pots have been made. So also God is present in the gunas because the gunas have been made by us. But gunas are not present in God. Shankara explained the same idea in another place, in another context, by saying, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, or Brahman is real and the world is Mithya. In another place, Shankara said, Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. The entire world is filled with Vishnu. It is common that young students these days refer to such statements saying, Shankara said Brahma Satyam Jagat Nitya in one place. Another place he goes on to say that the whole world is full of Vishnu. What is the matter? Where there is contradiction between these two statements? Both have been made by Shankara. How can these two be coordinated with each other? Fire and water cannot coexist in that manner. These two statements cannot coexist. This kind of argument goes on amongst young students. But in this, we have to inquire and understand that both of them are true statements. Statements in which truth is not contained are not uttered by elders. Such statements are made by great people only after examining and inquiring into the situation. They only utter truth. They never utter untruth. But it is for us sometimes to misinterpret them and misunderstand them. If we really go into the inner and correct meaning, we will see the truth of both the statements. I will now give you a very nice and suitable example from what young people today experience and know and see daily. You are among those sitting here, 99.75% go and see cinemas. In this context, it is common and customary that you sit facing the screen and then feeling impatient that we have been facing the screen for a long time and the picture is not coming from on the screen. After some time, pictures come on the screen. Then you feel very happy. By that time, even people who are falling sleepy will get up and attend to the picture. These pictures are figures. They come on the screen and they go. They come again and they go. One picture is not remaining stationary and permanent on the screen. Some of them go and come again. Therefore, what is coming and disappearing on the screen, these pictures are mithya. They are not permanent or stationary. But the screen is not going away with the pictures, nor is it coming back with the pictures. The screen is staying there as permanent. In this context, we'll understand the screen is the truth and the pictures that come and go are mithya. To explain the meaning of Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat, we will base ourselves on this. Here we have accepted that the screen is permanently there, is the truth and represent Brahman. On the other hand, the pictures come and go, those who have been compared to the world, and that is mithya. When the pictures come, where has the screen gone? The screen is there and is one with the world or with the pictures. If there is no screen, we will not be able to see the pictures. When the pictures come, where's the screen? The screen is mixed, merged with the pictures. That means this Brahman which represents the screen, it is mixed with the picture, which represents the world. Therefore, we say Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. While being in a position where we cannot understand these hidden and inner meanings of Vedanta and Vedantic statements, while not being able to understand and yet to say these things have no meaning and they are contradictory, is to show our own ignorance. After that, you cannot see. All that you cannot see, all that you cannot hear, all that you cannot understand, for you to argue that such things do not exist is simply foolishness. Even if you put a powerful light in front of a blind man, he will only see darkness. The blind man, when he is shown even a very powerful light, because he does not have the eyes to see the light, he will continue to proclaim that it is dark and there is no light. In the same manner, foolish persons who have not the eyes of faith, in their presence, even if you bring God Himself and show them, they have not the eyes with which to see divinity. Therefore, they keep on proclaiming it's a very foolish manner, in a very foolish manner, that divinity does not exist. We can understand very clearly, even the blind man has a body, but he cannot see his own body. He cannot describe his own limbs and organs. His beauty or lack of it is something he cannot understand. But simply because he cannot see or recognize his own body, does it follow that he has no body? He has a body, but he has not got the eyes with which he can see his body. So he is not able to see his body. In the same manner, although we have the Atma Swarupa in us, although we have the Parabrahma Tattva, the Brahman present all around us, yet because we have not the eye of wisdom, we are not able to see and recognize these things. Simply because he is not able to see, it is not right to argue that Brahman does not exist. You must eat and only thereafter talk about the taste. You must get into the water and only thereafter you will be able to say how deep it is. You sit on the bank and you imagine the depth of the tank to be so and so. You just sit in front of your plate and think that the taste of the sweets on the plate are so and so. This is just imagination. Today in this world, all people who have no faith in God and who keep on arguing about the existence of God or otherwise are just like these people who are imagining the depth and the taste. There's a small story for this. One guru was sitting in a cave. One sadhaka, with great ambition to know something about God, he wanted to have his eyes of wisdom opened so that he can see divinity, and he entered this cave. When he was going inside the cave, as he was moving on and on, at a great distance he saw a small light. At that time he began to doubt whether that light represents the eyes of some cruel animal at a distance, or is there really some great person living in that cave? He said to himself, if it was a cruel animal, then I should see two eyes. I am seeing only one eye. Or maybe one of the eyes of the animal has gone and I am seeing only one eye. Whatever it may be an animal or it may be a great person. In any case, if it's a great person, I will learn from him. If it's a cruel animal, then the animal will take me and put an end to my life, and thereby I will not also reach the salvation. As he was going nearer and nearer, even that little light was extinguished. In darkness, one may be very much afraid. When we are in fear, we think of God very much more intensely. Then he was uttering the name of the Lord, Namah Shivaya, very loudly. This great person inside that cave, he used human language and asked, who are you? This person felt greatly gratified and he said, I am your humble servant. Then because he gave him some directions, move toward the right and so on, he could go close to him and fell at his feet. This guru who was living inside the cave, he was only living on air. He was not eating anything else. He was a great person. He had the capacity to know the inside of everyone. So this person who was approaching the guru and fell at his feet, he had some desire to ask some question. But the guru knew it very well, even beforehand. He said, I will consider whatever wish you have in your mind a little later. First, take this matchbox, go and light the lamp which has been extinguished. He tried each one of the sticks in that matchbox. He exhausted all the sticks in that matchbox, but the lamp could not be lighted. He told the Guru, Swami, I have finished all the matchsticks, but I have not been able to light the lamp. Then the Guru said, you better look at it and find out whether the required oil is present in that lamp. When he put his finger in the lamp, he found that there was no grease, so it looked as if it was just water. He told the Guru, Swami, this doesn't seem like oil, it looks like water. Then the Guru told him, here is some oil, take this oil, pour out the water, put this oil then there and try to light the lamp again. As per the Guru's order, he threw out the water, he put the oil and again he tried to light the lamp. The matchsticks were simply making noise and were burning, but the lamp could not be lighted. The Guru said, yes, you have put the oil, but the wick previously had a lot of water in it. Therefore, the wick is not lighting. Take away the wick, squeeze out all the water that is contained in the wick, put it in the sun, dry it and bring it back. Then you can try again. According to the Guru's orders, he took the wick, squeezed out all the water, he dried it and brought it back, put it and then tried to light it, and it took the light very nicely. After lighting the lamp, he asked the Guru, you are capable of doing anything. Please grace me and give me the light of wisdom. The Guru said, what an ignorant person, what a mad person you are. All this time, what I have told you and taught you is just to tell you how to get the light of wisdom. He again prayed and said, Swami, I do not understand. I am not able to see the significance of your teaching. Please, I am a foolish person. Tell me and teach me what you wish to do. The Guru said, in the vessel of your heart, there is a wick of your jiva. That wick has been immersed all these days in the water of your sensuous desires. Therefore, you are not able to light that wick, and the light of wisdom does not appear to you. Pour out all the water of desires from the vessel of your heart. Take this wick of jiva and dry it up very well in the sun of vairagya. Then fill back the vessel with namasmarana of God. That will be full of oil. Then you can come back to me. You can certainly light your lamp of wisdom. That will be the Jyoti in you. You must recognize that what is required is the process by which you take the wick of your jiva and squeeze out of it all the water present in the form of your own desires, and then put into it the oil of devotion by uttering the name of the Lord. It will then be possible for you to light the lamp of wisdom. By doing so, you will be able to have your mind develop in a sacred way, and you will see the Jyoti of wisdom. When you go back to your places, you can use this Jyoti of wisdom to help yourself and to help others who come close to you. This is what I expect and what I hope you will be able to do. What all you have learned during this 1 month, when you go back to your places, you should not simply put them in the form of words. You must be able to use them in the form of work. If you get all the quotations and have been given to you here, go back to your places and simply repeat these quotations. Only the words will be used. Not only that, others will think that there is something very hollow in what you have acquired during your stay here. One sannyasi who was an indweller, one sannyasi who was an idler went to a village. This sannyasi was very hungry. He was in need of food. He found a house where he thought it was a Sri Vaishnava's house and a great devotee, because there were the 3 names outside. He thought that if he enters this house, he is not going to deceive me. He expected food and he entered the house. He said, Bhavati Viksham Dehi. When the housewife came out on hearing this, she thought that he was a good sannyasi. She told him, yes, I shall certainly serve you food. What is the point in giving you some food in your own hand? You better go to the river. Kaveri is very close. Have a bath and come back. I shall have food served for you on the leaf and ready for you. This idler said, Govindeti Sada Snana. The utterance of the name of Govinda was as good as taking bath. I am ready and let me have my food. She was also equally clever and she said, Rama Namamritam Sada Bhojanam. You have had a meal, you have had your food, you can go now. If we simply use the words and quotations like that idler, surely we will get back reaction to us. I do hope very much that you will not simply use words like that, but you will put these things into practice. I bless you that you will be able to do this, and I bring my discourse to a close. So this is the discourse with which Swami has explained this verse of Guru Charanam Bhuja Nirbhara Bhakta Samsarad Achirad Bhava Mukta Sendriya Manasa Niyamad Evam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastam Deva. So this is what the verse is. This is the final verse of the Bhaja Govindam. And Swami has nicely explained it. So I will stop here. If anyone has any questions and I have an answer, we can discuss. Saira. I think it's pretty straightforward. So there may be no questions. And so we can close the session today, and I will cover the rest of the verses in the next few weeks. Maybe in
Sairam, may I make an announcement, please?
Yes, sister.
Okay. Sairam, everyone. As you all know, in SSGC, Canada is organizing a pilgrimage to Prashanti. That dates are from December 19th to January 1st. Weekly basis, we are started the pre-pilgrimage sadhana, the practice session for offering at Prashanti Nilayam. We are planning to offer music, drama, and Vedam. And with the grace of Swami, we may participate in bhajans too. We will be offering bhajan too. So we are asking all the devotees to join for the pre-sadhana session. That is the practice sessions taking place at Middlefield Sai Center every Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. And today we have a Pilgrims Connect session from 2 to 3:30 p.m. where we are going to discuss more about this pilgrimage. So people joining in person, or if we are not able to join physically during the time of the pilgrimage, you still can do pre-sadhanas. We encourage all the devotees to join for this practice session. Thank you. Sairam.
Sairam, sister. Just to just elaborate, even those who are not able to physically make the pilgrimage can make this pilgrimage in spirit by being part of these sessions, is I think what Sister Aruna has explained. So even those who are unable to physically make the pilgrimage in December are welcome to be part of the sadhana, so that in spirit they will also be pilgrims. That's the idea, I think. Saira, sister. So with this, we will close the session today with prayers, and we will meet next week. Saira. समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.